Sobriety is the new intoxication across the world. More and more stars have been ditching the booze in 2023, and you won't believe the A-list names on this wagon. From Spider-Man to the British songstress herself, find out which of your favorite celebrities are now flying high on sobriety and why they decided to quit, after all. First up on our alcohol-free A-list is none other than Tom Holland. Like many young actors in Hollywood, Tom Holland developed a reputation for heavy partying and drinking over the holidays.
And I've always been able to drink a lot. I think I get my genes from my mum's side in that thing. Like I can drink.
He's attributed being able to drink large quantities from the genes he got from his mum's side of the family. But all that boozing started to take a toll, both physically and mentally. He became overly focused on drinking, admitting all I could think about was having a drink. He struggled to socialize without alcohol and started to worry he had a real dependency issue. The tipping point came when Holland asked himself,
why am I enslaved to this drink? Why am I so obsessed by the idea of having this drink? And I would look back and recognize that I would go to events for work and I can't enjoy myself until I've had a few beers.
Not only did he feel enslaved to alcohol, he felt immense pressure from the hard partying, the rugby culture in the UK, where binge drinking is so common. So at just 26 years old, Holland decided to quit drinking altogether to prove he didn't have an actual addiction. Those first sober weeks and months were challenging, as he distanced himself from some friends, but he stuck with it and says giving up alcohol required adjusting his entire mindset.
I was the happiest I've ever been in my life. I could sleep better, I could handle problems better, I had so much better mental clarity, I felt healthier, I felt fitter.
Holland says he's the happiest he's ever been. Without hangovers or alcohol withdrawal, he sleeps better, has more mental clarity, and is better equipped to handle life's obstacles. Holland hopes the sobriety journey will inspire other young creatives to take stock of their own drinking habits. His case shows peer pressure can really influence unhealthy over-drinking behavior, which only worsens stress. But by taking control of his lifestyle, he now feels both personally and professionally more fulfilled while completely being alcohol-free. The second celebrity we're going to look at today is the one and only Adele. Adele has been remarkably open about her drinking habits earlier on in her life. She recently confessed, "I was literally borderline alcoholic for quite a lot of my 20s. She said that she regularly drank wine with Whispering Angel as a go-to that turned into a barking dog. During the pandemic lockdowns, her drinking escalated, as it did for many people. She admitted to having 4 bottles of wine by 11 a.m. some days. All that alcohol took a toll both personally and professionally. She traces most of her performance anxiety and fear of public scrutiny back to drinking. And the complexity of fame only drove her to booze more. In a recent interview, she mused that alcohol is what kept my dad from me, so I always wanted to know what was so great about it."
So what do you think the deep wound from the past, from you as a little girl growing up, you're trying to heal as you reach for your relationships as an adult woman?
My dad's absolute lack of presence and effort with me. But as I got older, I definitely understood that it was the alcohol. It wasn't a choice that he was necessarily making in himself that he didn't want to.
But when you're
step
little,
up for me.
you
When
don't
you're
know
little,
that.
you don't know, especially when he's like, "I'm drinking juice."
Yes.
So I'm like, "Oh, well, I drink juice." Like, you don't know the sort of effects of it. But yeah, like when someone that you love so much, and the more that you feel like they don't love you, you love them even more. Like, I was definitely always trying to fill that void.
After her estranged father's death in 2021, Adele finally decided it was time to get sober. She had begun to worry about unhealthy drinking patterns and wanted more self-knowledge, saying, "Drinking water and being sober helps you generally know yourself." Now, 3.5 months into her own alcohol-free journey, Adele confessed that sobriety can feel boring and that she misses drinking so much. But the benefits for her mental health and her work-life balance have become clear to her. With a clear head, she's more focused on herself and her own needs. Now, we can all see that quitting alcohol hasn't been easy for Adele, and the temptation for her still exists. Yet, like her breakup albums, her lyrics on self-growth and sobriety may resonate with fans who've made similar journeys. Her honesty about the struggles demonstrates that removing alcohol as a coping mechanism takes time, but holds promise of revealing one's best self. Now, this last celeb has been one of the most dominant Formula One drivers of the last decade, winning 7 World Championship titles, and I have grown to love him from the F1 documentary on Netflix. Lewis Hamilton. Just like so many young adults, he developed regular drinking habits from the age of 16, with tequila being his usual drink of choice when he was out with his friends. He felt so much social pressure to keep up with the rounds at the bar with his friends. As Hamilton progressed in his racing career, he noticed that alcohol took a toll. He said in a recent interview, "As an athlete, you're always searching for gains in small percentages. Better sleep, better recovery, better training. If you enjoy a weekend with your friends, you know that for the next few days, you're not going to be at your best." The after effects for Lewis would last 3 or 4 days after drinking, and he'd feel unwell, he wouldn't be productive, and generally he would just be performing below par. And he says he realized that alcohol negatively impacted both his physical training and mental sharpness. So in recent years, Hamilton has become fascinated with health and wellness trends, making significant lifestyle changes. He was also inspired by the mindful drinking and sober curious movements, which promote moderation and taking breaks from alcohol. So at the young age of 37, after drinking regularly for over 20 years, Hamilton has decided to quit alcohol completely. And it's just been over 4 months since he had his last drink. At first, he said he felt awkward in social situations without a cocktail in hand. But as non-alcoholic spirits and cocktails have grown more in popularity, he's found that by drinking those, it makes events less uncomfortable. Quitting alcohol has produced tangible benefits in Hamilton's career and personal life.
What do you want me to say? Like, I'm a positive guy.
Mentally, he feels much clearer and more focused. Physically, his sleep quality has improved. He wakes up alert with energy for 5 a.m. workouts, and his body recovers faster from the demands of race car driving. By removing alcohol's compounding effects on health, Hamilton feels that he can maximize his performance as he goes for another championship title. One of the things I love about Hamilton's journey is it highlights the growing sober curious movement among young athletes and professionals who are really concerned about peak mind-body wellness.
I think the easiest thing in life is to give up on whatever you're focused on or whatever you're hopeful for. The hardest thing is to keep going, but we have to. We have to continue to hold on. And I would imagine for so many people out there, that is probably the most difficult thing.
So there you have it, the top 3 celebrities who have quit drinking in 2023. In the comments below, I'd love to know your favourite and if there are any other celebs that you're aware of who have quit alcohol in the last year. And if you're anything like Lewis and you're concerned about peak mind-body wellness, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, where I share lots of videos on how to quit drinking, what to expect when you quit drinking, and what to do in preparation. And if you've tried to quit alcohol before on your own and you haven't been successful, and you're ready for professional help to help you one-on-one to finally get control over alcohol, you'll find my calendar link in the description below, where you'll be able to schedule a one-on-one call with me, Emma Kinsey, an alcohol-free expert. And we'll be able to come up with a game plan for you for the next 30 days on how you can quit drinking successfully.